And when you blend, you tap. You don't swipe, because when you swipe, you move it everywhere. Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Season greetings. It's the holiday season and today we're going to be doing this look. So if you want to see how to achieve this look, stay tuned. And just before we jump right into this video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, join the family, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you're notified for when I upload. Thanks ever so much. I'll jump right into this video. So this is the foundation. I use the Charlotte Tilbury foundation. Literally just kind of tapping it in place. Just to make sure this is well blended in. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury foundation looking like. 4 pump did not seem to have covered up the spots, so I'm just gonna go in with another foundation. This is the L'Oreal Paris foundation. This is the L'Oreal Infallible foundation. For the Charlotte Tilbury Magic foundation, I used the shade 10, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour matte cover, and I'll be using the shade 340 in copper. This has got really full coverage and it's mattifying, so I'll blend this with that as well. So I'm gonna start blending with the same brush. You see the coverage of that foundation, like whatever the Charlotte Tilbury didn't cover, this is covering it. I'm literally just tapping it in. When you tap it in, you get more full coverage as opposed to dragging it. When you drag it, you kind of move the foundation everywhere, but when you tap it in place, it kind of gives you better coverage. So that's a tip and a trick for you guys. So I'm gonna blend down to my neck as well, just to make sure foundation is well blended in. That's foundation done. I'm now gonna use my Too Faced concealer. This is in the shade Butterscotch. So I'm going to highlight the usual places where I normally highlight. So under the eyes, here, tip of my nose, forehead area, my chin, cupid bow. I'll put a bit more here. I'll let this sit for a bit. The main reason I let this sit for a bit is for it to kind of dry a tiny bit. It has more full coverage, so I'm gonna let this sit for like maybe 60 seconds or less. So this has sat for like, I would say 40-50 seconds. So now I'm gonna blend. Got the sponge from AliExpress. I kind of made it damp, so the sponge is damp, and I'm now gonna start blending. I'm gonna start by blending the side, and I'm just tapping softly. I'm gonna move on to the chin, no, what is this called, cupid bow area. Okay, blending. I'm then gonna move to the forehead area. So I go around, forehead is looking a bit blended, and then I go under the eyes. I go around it first before I go straight under, so I just go around like so. I'm just doing around fast. Okay, then I'm gonna do under. So I tend to do this funny look because you want there to be properly blended, and you might to do that to blend under the eyes, you look up like so and blend. Why you do like this? The aim is to make here just smooth so you can blend. Like if I leave my face like this, you can see the lines are just there. It's a bit, but you need to make it open and looking up. I don't know how to explain, but you need to make here smooth for you to blend. So you either open your eyes, look up at the ceiling like so, and blend. You can see it's open now, so I can, like, literally there's no lines, so I can blend looking up. Looking good. Do the other side. And when you blend, you tap, you don't swipe, because when you swipe you move it everywhere. The aim is to blend it in that place you want the light to shine here and not everywhere. So when you swipe it, you're kind of moving it around. So that's why I blend in one place. Okay, I will go in with my foundation brush as well, just to blend where the foundation meets the concealer. So just so there's no line of demarcation, so I'll blend like so. I use the foundation brush to go around the edges just so it blends very nicely with the foundation. Okay, so I do the nose side as well. Contour, I'm going to be doing my makeup. This is my Makeup Forever contour palette, cream contour and shades. I'm going to be using the darkest shade here, and I'm just going to pat it here. Not a major, because this is really dark, so I'm just doing a nice. Just a tiny bit here, tiny bit here, just a dot. Tiny bit on this side. This is the nose contour as well, outside of my nose. Blending brush. I've already put a shade there, but this week further blend it down. So you contour from the eyebrow area here and you bring it down like so. Okay, so the eyebrow area, and you tap it down, and then I do a bit here as well, just in the middle of my cupid's. I'm just gonna use whatever is left on this just to get your contour. I try to do a bit high, then when I blend it comes a bit down. So to get the contour of the cheek area, you do like this. You suck your cheeks in so you get where to contour. So I won't recommend going down, I recommend going up, then blend down. That's what I'm gonna do. So to blend, I'm just gonna get a brush, my Real Techniques contour brush. That's what it looks like. This is especially for contouring. I use this to contour the sides of my cheeks like so. In contouring, I tend to tap as well. Tapping just helps you concentrate on where you want the product to be. That's why I tap. Okay, so just concentrate, because when you swap, you're moving it all over. So when you tap, you are leaving it in the right place, wherever you want it to be. See the dark color gone? That's just how to blend it. And then I'll go here as well, tap, tap, tap. So I'm literally tapping softly. Sometimes I go overboard and tap like this, but the idea is to tap it softly so you can get a good blend. Okay, this is blended as well, and now I'm going to move to the forehead area, making sure every spot is properly blended. I would recommend not to contour if you're in a rush, because if you're in a rush you don't have time to blend. So do powder contour if you're in a rush, but if you've got time, cream contour is better because it just stays longer and it gives a really nice coat to the face. So the aim of contouring is to give structure to the face, you know. When you put the foundation, when you put the brightness, it just gives, it's a bit flat, so contour gives dimension, it gives structure to the face. So I'm going to do the nose side. So I'm going to do, the brush is a bit filled with product, I'm going to clean it. Just with a tissue, just with a paper, just clean it. I'm just cleaning it just to make the brush a bit with less product, and I'm now going to tap. So I tap the nose as well, as opposed to dragging it, because tapping just helps it blend properly. I blend to this side as well, and then the cuticle area. Go with my foundation brush, and I'm going to further blend the contour, just round wherever the contour is, and blend around it, like the edges. This is just to further blend it properly, just to avoid any harsh lines and just to make it more, you know, more skin-like, more blended in, all put together. So I'm going back in with the same sponge I used for my highlighting with no product in it. I'm just going to properly blend under the eye. I'm literally just going over the places I highlighted just to give it more, to bring back that light into the skin. I'm going to go back in with the contour brush just to make sure I've not like lost my contour somewhere. gonna put in blusher. Okay, I'm gonna put a cream blusher as well. I might as well do it all out. This is the P. Louise Cosmetics base. P. Louise base in OTT Orange. I'm gonna be using this as a blush. This is really pigmented, so I'm gonna just do a small, like a small bit like so. That gives a lot of orange. So it's an orange shade. Orange shade blushes are fabulous for dark skin girls. So yeah, so that's that done. So this is my foundation brush. I'm just using this as well for the blusher. Look at that color, like it's beautiful. So a little goes a long way with this product. Like I've got this for like ages, and it's great for orange if you're doing like an orange look. It just gives a nice flush of color to the cheeks. Okay, I'm gonna do this side as well. So my cream blusher is well blended in place. I'm not gonna put in the same contour brush. I'm gonna go in with that just to make sure my contour is there. Okay, back into the blush, the foundation brush, just slightly, ever so slightly. Decided to put in a bit more concealer just under the eyes, just to be able to blend it out properly. This is more concealer under the eyes, and yeah, so I'm gonna wait for a bit as well before I blend. Okay, so this is blended, so I'm not gonna blend it in place. So for setting under the eyes, I'm gonna be using my Chanel. So this is my Chanel Pour Universelle Libre Natural Finish Loose Powder. So I'm gonna be using this powder. So this is Chanel powder in number 30. I'm gonna blend, and I'm gonna set with the powder. Okay, so I've just applied the powder on the eye, forehead area, under my eyes set. So I'm going to set the rest of my face with the Fenty Beauty. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder. This is in the shade 400. I'm going to be using this now. Go into contouring. Is my Morphe bronzer. The shade is Leader. I'm going to kind of bronze up and kind of contour at the same time. A bit on my forehead. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a bit on my nose as well. So I'm still using this. I'm just gonna use the tiny bit to kind of make sure it's well blended. And I've put in a bit of blusher on my cheeks. I'm gonna go with an orange blusher. This is the eyeshadow palette I'm gonna be using today. This is the Morphe 39 L palette, and I'm going to be using, to be fair, I'll look for an orange shade here. Doesn't even have an orange. Wow, I'll use this nice shade here. Oops. Wow. So that's the blusher I'm going to use. I use this as a blusher. So that's another tip, another trick and tip. If you can't find a blusher, you can use a bronzer. You can use an eyeshadow. If you can't find your blusher, you can always use a nice eyeshadow. So you can use pink. You can literally use any color like this. Even this kind of color here. This color here. This shade is like a pinky shade. Wow. It's quite intense. I'll go back in with my powder. Just to, if you go a bit overboard, go back in with your powder and just tap it in. And it just removes too much from it. So I'm gonna go in with this Chanel powder just under my eyes. I'm trying to scoop my nose and under my eyes. Okay, for my eyeshadow, I'm gonna be using my P. Louise base. This is in Rumor O. This is the white one. P. Louise base in Rumor 0. I'm gonna put this on my eyelid like so. Oh, it looks like there's water on it. That's interesting. Okay, it's coming up now. So this is the base applied. Now I'm gonna blend for a brush. This is my brush from Root Techniques concealer brush. So I'm gonna be blending the Louise base. Just tapping it in. Okay, so you don't have to use the Louise base if you don't own one. You can use any concealer and then you set it with powder. But the Louise base don't need any setting, so I'll just blend it and then start with my eyeshadow. So you need to blend it properly and then you can start with the eyeshadow. So for my eyeshadow, I've said before, I'm going to be using this product. This is my Morphe 39L. I'm going to be using this color here all over my lid. This shade here, this one here. This is my Stigma brush. This is Stigma E25. That's what it looks like. So this Stigma E25 brush. I'm gonna use it to tap this shade here. And I'm literally gonna put this all over my lid. So I wanna blend my eyelid properly just to make sure it's well blended before I put it. And then I'm gonna start putting this all over. Very easy eyeshadow look. So I'm putting this all over the mobile lid and then I'm gonna kind of, don't do it too much to the top, but it needs to kind of go slightly above, tiny bit above your crease, just a tiny bit. And after this, I'm gonna do the other eyes as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with a fluffy brush just to blend around it. So first, I think I'll go in with this color. This is a nude shade. I'll go in this color. I'll go with this color on the arch, so on the top. Let's go in just to make sure that place is properly set. This is just a fluffy brush. This is from Morphe. There's no name because it came in a collection, so there is a name. It says Morphe here, but there's no number. So I'm just gonna use this to kind of blend the edges. So nice circular motion back and forth. I'm gonna use a transition shade, so I'm gonna use this brown here actually. This brown at this end, and just use that to kind of nicely blend it out. I'm currently using this shade here, this one here. It's like a brown shade as well, and I'm using it to blend. Just a nice circular motion. As you can see, it's a bit, as compared to this one, this is a bit more blended. Tend to bring it to the nose side as well. This is looking a bit blended as compared to before. Just doing nice circular motion like so from here, and I just go nice circular motion and then come like this as well. So like this and turn it around like so. Okay, so I think it's looking okay. And then I'm going to put in the shimmer color. For the shimmer color, I'm going to use this shade here. Here. I'm going to go back in with this color, with the deep shade, and just put it on the side. Taking this shade here, this glitter shade, gold glitter shade, just on top here. And I'm going to put it just above it. Just tap it in the middle, just to give it that extra shine. Just in the middle, just like so. Eyes are looking like, I'll just take the same brush I used for the dark color and just tap it here just to make sure. So I don't want it too much in terms of the glitter. This is looking fab so far. I'm gonna now do under my eyes, so I'm gonna put the dark color under my eyes as well. Okay, so I've done under the eyes with the same colors I use on the crease. This is looking like, I think I'll use a black eyeliner to do my eye. Using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Mascara in the shade Black. I'm gonna go to my lips. So for my lips, I'm gonna be using the Ruby Woo lipstick. So this is the MAC lipstick in Ruby Woo. I'm gonna be using this on my lips today. I might as well go red. It's the holiday season. First, I'm gonna kind of fix my lash. I'm gonna be fixing this lash from Amazon. I'm just gonna put the lash glue and wait for it to dry. Then I do my lips. The lash glue is on my lash, so I'm gonna kind of clean up here with the powder. For my lips, I'm going to be using this lip liner. This is by MAC as well. It's in the shade Vino. Yes, it's so small. I've used this for ages. I'm going to line my lips now. Vino is looking like so. It's Vino. Okay, so I'm going to push it down a bit. I want it a bit. Now I'm going to put in the Ruby Woo lipstick. So this is Ruby Woo. I'm just going to blend it in. Okay, so this is what the red lips is looking like so far. I think it's a bit too dark. Maybe I'll go in with an orange. But first I want to clean it up. I'm going to go in with this orange. I know I've never tried it before, but this is the one I used for my face blusher. Just a tiny bit, just to see what color comes out. What sort of orangey red comes out. Okay. Literally going to put this on top as well, just to make it. It's looking brighter. I'll take out all this powder from my face, just to make sure all this powder is gone. Oh, I need to fix my lashes as well. Bronzer on my face just to bronze it up a bit more. Put in a bit of highlighter. This is the All Florish Cosmetics highlighter. This is in the 4 sets. So I'm going to use one of these colors here. I'm going to use this gold shade here. And it just gives a nice opening of the eyes there. I'm going to use a tiny bit on this gold one here. Just on my nose, just like so. And on the middle here, just the center. Just to give it a nice shine. Color here. Ooh. It's a lot of coverage. And I'm going to mix it up with the gold as well. And just to highlight my cheekbones. So we've come to the end of this video. I hope you learned a thing or two. Like this video, click the like button, comment down below, let me know what you think. Are you going to recreate this for your outing? Let me know what you think, and don't forget to click the subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed. The button is just down below. Subscribe, join the family. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in my next one. Happy holidays.